Well, as we get ready to discuss your market lamb show, it was a good show and it was really fun to sort. So thank you guys for having me do it. This is the first one of these virtual shows that I've done, and it was fun to do, and I really didn't know what to expect. But you guys did a great job with your projects. I can tell you guys put in a lot of work for it, and so I'm proud of you guys for seeing it through and making sure to get these videos done and in. And so good luck as we get ready to sort through the Market Lamb show. We'll go ahead and just start off and talk about our FFA show, Class 1. This was a great class, probably one of the deeper classes that we had all the way through the sheep show and even the goat show that we talked about here in another video clip. But I thought this class was very, very good, and there was a few of them up top that I thought were very competitive. The one that's going to go ahead and start off our class is 99.15. That sheep does a great job of combining stoutness with look. And you start at the ground. That one's a big-footed, heavy-boned one that's really bold-bodied. He's super wide. He's really, really expressive, and with all that muscle, still has a nice look from the side. So for me, that one was the most complete one that did the best job of blending look with power. From there, it probably got just a little bit closer, and I do like the one that's going to fall in second. 99.21 is going to be your second place one here in Class 1. That one's a tall fronted, good-looking one that's got quality to him. From the side view, I love his look and I love his balance. Now get up on top of him where he's not as good as our class winner. He's not as bold in his forerib. He's not as stout out of his upper hip. He just doesn't have that extra shot of power from directly behind compared to our class winner, and that's why he's going to go ahead and wind up there in second. The one that's coming in third, that's not a bad sheep at all either. That one is awesome in his body shape. He's really, really good in his pin set and his width and his muscularity all the way through. So if you're just judging him off sheer muscle content, I think that one probably you can argue him in second. For me, he wasn't as good in his balance. He's not as stout in his bone work. He's a little short out of his hip. He wants to roll up his top whenever he gets in motion. So there's just a few little things that are going to keep him in third, but still, that one's a very, very high-quality sheep there to end up in third. I just thought that was a very, very tough class. The one that's coming in fourth, 99.37, the natural colored weather. That one's got some muscle shape to him, especially out of the back of his shoulder. You can tell he's got some squareness over his rack. I like his length. I like his extension. Probably doesn't balance up quite as good. Right in his hip-loin junction, he doesn't blend quite as smooth. He's not as big-footed. He's not as heavy-boned. He's not as good in his lower body balance as those top three. Just in relation from his chest floor back into his flank, he doesn't wedge quite as good from the side. One that's going to go ahead and wind up fifth here in Class 1 is going to be tag 99.48. That sheep's got some boldness. He's got some muscularity to him, but that one just isn't quite good enough from a balance standpoint. Neck to shoulder isn't quite as good, just a little bit low there in its neck set. Wants to roll up there in his top line and get just a little rounder out of his hip. So from a balance standpoint, that's where that one isn't quite as good as the ones that go out before him. But again, a good class of them there. I thought those top three were very good, very competitive. So we get into our heavyweight class in our FFA division. I thought it consisted of three pretty nice sheep in there, and they fell in line pretty handily for me. I think even though as good as all three of them were, there was a pretty clear-cut winner in tag number 99.49. That guy, just any angle that you study him from, I think there's some things to like. Whether it be from the side, I think that's a nice balanced sheep that's good in his top line, good in his hip and his hind leg set. You get up on top of him or get in behind him, that guy's got a ton of power to him as well. He's bold in his forerib. He's really, really square and wide down his top. He's got a huge hip in him and tracks away really wide. And one of the things that I really like about this sheep, for as good as he is in terms of his muscle shape and stoutness and dimension, he still handles it very, very well on the move. He remains level in his top line. He's good on his feet and legs. So that one, for me, wins this class and wins it fairly handily. The one that's going to go ahead and come in second, tag number 99.40. I like that sheep's length. I like his extension. I like his freshness of muscle shape. He's not as good in his chest floor. He's not as good in his top line or just the set of his hip and his hind leg as that one that we start off with. And whenever you get right in behind these two, he doesn't have the extra pin width, the extra stoutness out of his hip, as we talked about there in our class winner. The one that's going to wind up here in third in our heavyweight class is tag number 99.47. That's a sheep that's pretty smooth built. He's pretty level in his lines. He just gets out-horsed in here. He just needs a little more power to him, needs a little more width all the way through. He gets a little bit plainer in his muscle shape, so that's why he's going to go ahead and come in third here in this class. As we pick a champion here in our FFA division, we've got two class winners that I think both represent a lot of good and a lot of quality. We'll talk about that one that wins that first class, big-footed, heavy-boned, big-featured. That's an opened-up sheep with a lot of power. Whenever these two get in motion, that's where I'd like to change him. He wants to roll up in his top line just a little bit, and he probably doesn't handle that quite as well as the one that won that second class. The one that wins that second class, he does a good job of blending power with some look and with some mobility on his feet and legs. Of these two class winners, I probably like that one just a little bit better whenever these things get on the move, because he does maintain his top line just a little bit better. The travel of his hind leg is really good, and he's still extremely bold and extremely powerful and muscular. So for me, that one's going to go ahead and win our FFA division, tag number 9949. He's going to be your champion, and for me, the one that's going to go ahead and come in second, pretty handily, a reserve for me, tag number 9915, that class winner out of the first class. So those two sheep I thought were very nice. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors in the FFA division. We had three really nice classes in our 4-H show, and here in Class 1, we've only got one entry, so even I can get that one right. Tag number 9978 is going to be your one and only class winner in here, and a sheep that's got some quality and has some look and balance from the side. One of the lighter weight sheep and one of the greener ones that we have here in our show, so could probably use just a little more time on feed to get just a little bit stouter, a little bit bolder, but still that one's a really nice high-quality single entry there that comes in our first class. Our biggest class in the 4-H division comes in Class 2 with 5 entries. Very competitive up top, but for me, an easy winner in tag number 9991. I think that sheep hits me really hard with a good balanced and really complete and proportional look. That one is good in terms of his foot size and stoutness of bonework. He's good in his levelness. He's good in his look and proportionality from the side. I think that's just a super complete one to go ahead and lead off this class. I don't think he's extreme anywhere, but he's definitely the hardest one for me to pick a hole in to go ahead and lead off with. The one that's going to come in second, tag number 9974. I like this sheep's width, and I like his muscle shape. He's super cracked open. He's big-ribbed. He's big-hipped. He's got a lot of top shape in him, and he's got a big hip whenever you get behind him. He's not as big in his foot size. He's not as stout in his structure. He doesn't hold his top line together quite as good, and he's not quite as good in his balance and his look as our class winner, so that's why he's going to go ahead and wind up in second. Tag number 9984 is going to be in third. Here's a good balanced sheep that's tall-fronted. He's good in his lines from the profile. He doesn't have as much rib shape, and he doesn't have as much dimension whenever you compare him to our top two, and that's why he's going to wind up in third. Fourth place here in class number 2 is going to be 9980. That sheep is big-footed, heavy-boned, and I like that. Just a little bit too flat from behind. That one needs some more hip, some more muscle shape, and just a little more dimension all the way through. Same thing with the one that we're going to round out our class with, tag number 9972. That sheep gets just a little bit too frail. He gets a little too narrow and flat in his basic build. I wish he just had a little more muscle and just a little more dimension all the way through. But still, that sheep's got some quality and some pieces that I like in terms of some look up front. Just needs to be quite a bit stouter. So we get into our heavyweight class. There's 4 entries here in our heavyweight 4-H class. So all of them have some good to them. 9970 is going to go ahead and lead off our class. This one's the most balanced and the most complete for me. I really like his look from the profile compared to the ones that we have coming in behind him. He's tall-shouldered. He's really level in his top line. He's super level out of his hip. Has enough muscle to go along with that. I wouldn't say he's just overwhelming in terms of muscle, but I darn sure think that he's got enough, and he's really nice in his look and his balance. Sheep that's going to go ahead and come in second, that's tag 9983. That one's another one that I think is really nice on his feet and legs. He's good in his top line. He just doesn't have the kind of boldness and shape that we see in our class winner and some of these other ones that we've had. I wish he was just a little more descript in his muscle pattern, and I just wish he had a little bit more shape to him compared to our class winner. The one that's going to come in third, tag number 9988. That's another sheep that's got some length and extension to him. He's really tall-fronted, and I like that. From the side, I think, is his best view. But again, whenever you get around in behind him, that sheep wants to close up to his pin set just a little bit, and he gets a little too flat out of his hip. He needs a little more horsepower to be more competitive in here. The one that's going to round out our class, tag number 9987. That's another sheep that's shallow-chested, and he's tall-fronted, and I like that about him. That one, but as you transition from there back, though, just doesn't have enough boldness, just doesn't have enough muscle to him to go ahead and be as competitive as he needs to be here in this heavyweight class. So, again, a good class of them there to round out our 4-H show with. So we got 3 classes coming back in, or 3 class winners rather, in contention for our champion in our 4-H division. Class 1 had a single entry, a really nice high-quality little lamb, but probably not quite as stout, not quite as burly, if you will, as those ones that win Class 2 and 3. Our Class 2 winner, big-footed, heavy boned, super balanced, super complete, that comes out of that second class. I probably like his stoutness a feature and his bone work, probably the best out of our 3 class winners. The one that wins that last class, again, super balanced, really complete, great from the side, tall-fronted, super good in his top line. Maybe not as overwhelming in terms of foot and bone and power and muscularity as that other one that wins that class too, but still, that's a nice sheep there that comes out of our heavyweight class. For me, tag number 9991 is going to be your champion here in our 4-H division. Tag number 9970 is going to be reserve. As we think about our champion FFA compared to our champion 4-H, I think all 4 of those sheep are really, really nice, but there's 2 of them that probably fit together just a little bit better for me in terms of muscularity, balance, and freshness, and those 2 are going to be the 2 out of the FFA division. Those are going to be the Grand and Reserve Supreme overall. So tag number 9949 is going to be your Supreme overall. Tag number 9915 is going to be your Reserve Supreme overall. Again, congratulations to all you guys. You guys did a great job with your projects. I very much enjoyed it, and hopefully again next year that you guys can be back on the fairgrounds in person and having a good time. But again, for what we've got to work with, you guys did a great job with it. Thanks again for having me. I enjoyed it.